All right, what is going on? Welcome everybody to another episode of Today in Crypto Show. Vitaly Dubin is here, founder of Bitcoin's Wealth Club, and we have a pretty epic day today in the crypto markets. Bitcoin is up by over 12% in a day, something that we have not seen for a very long time, since April this year. Of course, granted, it is followed by a very bearish several weeks for Bitcoin, where it just plummeted this month by 45%. So we do see a rally today on Bitcoin, quite unexpected to be honest, because we've been touching the 4,000 support turn resistance area for several times, but we did break it today. So we'll discuss some technical analysis for Bitcoin. Are the bulls are back or not, or is just a bull trap and we are headed more down? What our other crypto traders are saying on that matter? But looking right now, we are of course recovered pretty nicely, $16 billion in the market cap. Bitcoin is up 12.64%, currently $73 billion market cap, and followed by that in USD dollar value, at least all of the coins are registering double-digit gains. And also in Bitcoin, quite a lot of coins today are in the green. Overall, over the long term, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin. The fundamental technology has not changed for Bitcoin. It's just going to get better, more adoption, and we'll talk about some of the news that are happening that are good and positive for Bitcoin. Over the short term though, looking at the shorter term picture, we are still in the bear market. We have not out of the bear market just yet. We have a lot to overcome yet in this area, particularly at $4,300 to $4,500. There will be some strong resistance area at this point, and we just need to wait and see what the next day is going to hold for Bitcoin. We've been looking at the 4-hourly chart, we've been rising pretty nicely over the last day, as you can see, with very little resistance over this right here, a little candle. And we've touched, if we look at the hourly, we've touched several times the $4,000 level. We've touched it once over here, we got rejected, went back down. We've touched it again over here and got rejected and went down, and we've touched it again over here, and then it formed sort of a bull flag over here, and then boom, it shot 5% over here, and then it continued to shot slightly over here, and we're looking at slightly down right now. So there is some strong resistance area at this point at 4,200, 4,300. So for the bulls to really come back in a full swing, we'll need to continue up this rally over 4,300 and ultimately $5,000 and overcome that. Until we are there, trade with the bearish sentiment in mind. Okay, look for where to enter into a short position rather than where to enter into a long position until we are clearly in the bull run. Right, a rally like this is a reaction rally for massively oversold condition for Bitcoin, but it doesn't mean that we are in a bull territory just yet. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm going to continue aggressively enter into positions in this market and looking for short positions currently, because the chances are we're going to go down from this point rather than to continue going up right now. There's still strong resistance area, and if we were going to, of course, going up the 4,500, then there are chances that we will enter into the bull territory. However, I don't see that we are quite ready yet, and we still have more room to go down before we start to go up. But definitely over the longer term, over the a little bit like couple months in advance, the first quarter, entering the second quarter of 2019. Bitcoin is definitely going to recover from this slump. It's going to recover from this formation over the last several weeks in the months of November, and it will eventually reach the 6,000. When it breaks 6,000, we're going to go up. Until then, we are trading with more of a bearish perspective in mind. Okay, it did kind of like unexpected move over here, as we touched several times this point of $4,000, and we did break it. However, I repeat, you know, we are not, and there is some divergence, as you can see, open short in this area. There is some divergence, so don't rush into conclusions that we are in a full bull market just of yet. Okay, even though we have been rising pretty significantly today, and congratulations to everybody who has been holding and getting into positions at the bottom of the bear market and experiencing some gains right now. Now there is some very good news, very bullish news that I wanted to discuss. The first one is from Nasdaq, and Nasdaq partnered with Van Eck, the one we've been waiting for, the ETF, for quite some time now. They partnered to create a crypto 2.0 futures contracts, and Nasdaq is another giant firm in the space, and they have something that they call a market surveillance system. That's what the regulators have been really waiting for, to have more surveillance and in the markets to avoid manipulations. It's like a big policeman engine. That's how they call it, and they're able to pick up on suspicious market activity such as spoofing and wash trading. So that's one big good news. And these futures contracts, not commented yet whether they're going to be physically settled or cash settled. There's a big difference. Up until now, the futures contracts has been cash settled. In the launch in January next year of a backed platform, there will be physically settled Bitcoin, meaning investors holding these contracts at expiration will receive payment in Bitcoin. That's of course a very good for Bitcoin, as it creates more demand and less supply. Bitcoin will take in out of the market. Another very positive news today is Coinbase quietly opened its over-the-counter crypto trading desk this month, and that will allow big institutional players with a minimum ticket size of $250,000 to come in and invest into cryptocurrencies over the counter, meaning not directly on the exchanges. So Coinbase has been added to the list of other services that are geared towards institutional investors. So that's another very good bullish positive news for Bitcoin. ATMs are expanding. There is a new seal of approval in New York to expand the crypto ATM network of CoinSource that are committed to have their operation within all the 50 states of the United States of America, and expand the use and expand, you know, the ability of people to actually go and buy Bitcoin through this ATM network. So that's another good news for Bitcoin. And not so good news so far, the ETF is not as clear, according at least to one SEC chairman. His name is Jay Clayton. So according to Jay Clayton, we lack some investor protection, and we're not free yet from a risk of manipulation. So that's what he was saying. And as one lawyer in the space, I think the chairman wants us to follow the law, but we are still not quite sure what the law is. So I think they are not clear themselves about the regulation and the laws regarding the cryptocurrency space just of yet. But it's just one statement, one opinion from one of the SEC chairmen, and that goes in opposition to the meeting that has been held in October from the Van Eck group that they basically said that the large portion of the issues regarding the ETF has been cleared out, and there is more likely that ETF is going to be approved. And of course, this decision on February 2019, if ETF is going to be approved from Van Eck, this big ETF, then it's a very, very bullish news for Bitcoin, and we can see Bitcoin rise dramatically following the approval of the ETF. So that's pretty much it for the news right now. What I would suggest is take a close look at the markets and see where we are headed. There is right now a resistance level at this area. We yet to be broken out of the $4,200. I don't see yet huge spike of selling activity going on, so it's not really falling that drastically. It's been holding up so far in very low volume, although on an hourly we are overbought right now, in an overbought condition. However, the thing can continue to go up to some degree, to some point, okay? Though the way I'm seeing it, the chances are that most likely we are going to head south. We're going to head down in the short term and then rebound from there. Okay, but overall, I'm happy that we are having this rally. Of course, I want Bitcoin to go up to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, etc. to start this bull run that we've been waiting for a very long time now, this whole year, right? So let's have a great one, and I'll see you today at 4 p.m. Eastern time for a Crypto Trading Millionaire membership coaching that we are held in every Wednesday. If you're not a member, you can become a member, subscribe, and join us on our live stream. We'll be updating you about the exits and entries, about our hedge fund and where we are standing, our moves in the markets, and how to play this market, right? So I'll see you there later today at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, everybody have a fantastic day.